So I've been practicing in Duluth, Minnesota for 8 years, and I've been practicing totally for 8 years. So this is my first job. So I came to practice in Duluth, Minnesota because the current group that is here was looking to add a partner. I am actually from this area, went to college in this area, so they knew that I may have some interest, and that was kind of how the process started. Biggest challenge in the job search process is you only know what you know. So for me, as a pediatric subspecialist, I trained at a very large system. And you know what you know, very large system. So you don't know about all the other areas that doctors and providers like you practice. So you may just think that only pediatric oncologists practice only in large metropolitan cities that are associated with academic hospitals, and then you forget that there's a whole other category of practices in rural communities or in private settings. And you really don't know that because your mentors are your mentors at your program that you study at. So it can be very challenging, and finding those answers is really difficult because you're collaborating with people within your own system and not outside of it, so you don't really get exposed. So a lot of it's word of mouth, and that can be challenging when you're in the middle of training. So the most helpful thing for me during the job search was talking to people in either a program that is similar to the one I was interested in or the actual people that were there. To me, work-life balance is very important, which I think it is to a lot of people. So I asked a lot of questions about the job, but more importantly, like, what does their family do? What type of schools are in the area if they had children? What type of recreation was available in the area? And that was almost as important as the actual job. So really just talking to a lot of people that are in that position. Program director in residency was very helpful as well because they've been through this process with other trainees, so that was a good source of information. Best advice I got for finding a job and finding the start of a career was don't settle. Don't settle for the first job if it's not what you want. No job is perfect. That's probably true everywhere. But there are options, and if there are certain things that are important to you that aren't there, or certain things that are important as far as how the job is structured or the contract you're going to sign, I think just ask a lot of questions, and sometimes we're not very good at that. So for me, it was pretty easy because I found kind of the perfect mix of everything, I think. But certainly not just jumping at the first thing in front of you. I think really being critical and not rushing a decision. So my advice for residents beginning the job search is use as many resources as you can. So people that you've met at conferences, your program directors, people in your program that have worked there their entire career, or people that have come from other places. All of us love talking about what we do, and I think all of us are wanting to help people find a job that makes them happy. So use people like myself or people in your community as resources, and just ask a lot of questions, and ask a lot of honest questions. Ask questions not only about the job, but about their work-life balance, their challenges, what they like to do in their free time. I think that's very, very important for the long run of a career in medicine.